DC News Now. A standoff near the CIA headquarters. The impacts after an armed man generates a strong police response.
We've enjoyed a warm and beautiful day today, but rain is about to make a return. We'll time out when things will turn soggy on Thursday.
Also, peak bloom watch in the DMV. A sneak peek at some of the cherry blossoms that have already hit peak bloom. Then, American University takes on the Mount in the NCAA tournament tonight. We're live in Dayton, Ohio. Plus, how changing a light bulb could help you save. We're stretching your dollar.
You're watching the station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
And thank you for joining us for DC News Now at 4. I'm Mark Hall. Annalisa has the day off. We continue our coverage in Virginia. Police investigating a man with a gun near CIA headquarters in McLean. This was a scene earlier today around Dolly Madison Boulevard. We find DC News Now's Randy Bass there now with the latest. Randy, what are the new details you can share with us?
Yes, Mark, police are telling us at this point that suspect is now in custody after surrendering to negotiators here about an hour ago. And in just the last half hour, we saw police and fire and EMS crews checking on someone here and driving them away from the scene. But all of that came after an absolutely massive police response here. FBI SWAT agents armed with long guns, large armored SWAT trucks, mobile command centers, and dozens of officers across multiple agencies, all responding to this barricade-type situation that started as a call for an armed man outside the CIA's headquarters this morning. Fairfax County Police dispatch audio this morning painting a picture of what's going on beyond the perimeter here.
This individual is armed.
Yeah, police does have him on camera currently outside the security gate.
Local authorities alongside CIA, FBI, and ATF officers working to bring an end to a dangerous situation here.
You need all units to shut down traffic on both sides of this road, which they're doing right now, and have SWAT come up there. They got their own team as well.
That response shutting down traffic along a busy stretch of Dolly Madison Boulevard, and several neighbors stopping by to see what was happening right in their backyard.
Not really clear what's going on, but it definitely seems like a massive response. I'm not sure if it's just one man or more than that, but for one man it seems like a massive response.
Yes, and at this point, again, that person now in custody. Not clear what, if any, charges this person may face. The story is still developing. We'll bring you new details as we learn them. In McLean, I'm Randy Bass, DC News Now.
All right, Randy, thank you. Cherry blossoms now in stage 3. You're looking live at the Tidal Basin thanks to the camera set up by the Trust for the National Mall and EarthCam. National Park Service predicts peak bloom to start around March 28th. We'll have a live report from our Daniel Hemrick. That's coming up in about 10 minutes. Let's over to meteorologist Damon Matson for a look at our forecast. And Damon, it was certainly a nice day in the region.
Yeah, Mark, I saw a lot of people out there trying to enjoy the Tidal Basin on this very warm day. I know you're going to be one of them in due time, going to see that peak bloom when it arrives. But hey, today, folks, has been fantastic across the entire region. Those temperatures have reached the 70s, the warmest point we've had this week. The only exception right along the Chesapeake Bay through southern Maryland up to Annapolis there. But even as you head out toward the mountains, it's in the 70s this go around, and DC right there at almost, I'd call it that perfect temperature. 74 degrees, not bad at all. Now, the one nuisance that is noticeable, but it was part of the reason why we were able to bring up our temperatures as much as we did here today. We had some gusty winds. They started up around lunchtime, and they've been sticking with us as we've gone now into the afternoon. There you have those gusty winds around 20 to 25 miles per hour. That's where they're at the moment, but they will continue to increase as we head into the night tonight. So we're not going to see any sort of break from that wind. We had just the one calm day yesterday. That was about it. But hey, we at least get to have those very warm temps in the 70s, and even as we head past sunset, we will be still in those 60s with clouds, though, on the increase. A sign of the next storm system to come. Now, when will there be some rainfall on our Thursday? We'll have a full look at your forecast coming up here in just a bit.
All right, Damon, thank you. 2 students in Washington County, Maryland are in custody after a fake explosive was discovered in a student's backpack. Investigators and a bomb squad were called to Boonesboro High School for reports of a possible explosive. Investigators determined the item was a hoax and found nothing else inside of the school. State Fire Marshal says the 2 students were taken into custody for questioning. It's unclear whether they will face any charges. And Montgomery County emergency crews spent part of their day at an apartment complex in Silver Spring after a car crashed into the side of a building. It happened on Rosemary Hills Drive at Barrington Apartments, and we haven't heard if anyone was hurt in the wreck or if anyone who lives in the building was displaced. Now, we reached out to Montgomery County Fire and Rescue for more details. We'll have those for you when we hear back from them. And in Prince George's County, a child is among several rescued from a burning apartment building. This all unfolding in Greenbelt. We're told that part of the building went up in flames just before 9 this morning. First responders were called to the Breezewood Road for reports of people trapped. 7 people were rescued from balconies, including a child. 2 adults were taken to the hospital. It appears that no one was seriously hurt. One man we spoke to recounts what he saw.
We were woken up by a bang on our door. A police officer was asking us to get out of our apartment. We noticed that there was a huge flame coming from our neighbor's apartment. Being woken up on one fine morning to fire emergency, it's not what you kind of expect.
Still no word on how many people were displaced. The investigation continues. Another new development in the case of a missing college student from Northern Virginia. We're learning a judge has ordered the release of the last person believed to have seen her. They say that Joshua Ribe is no longer considered a person of interest. It comes 2 weeks after Siddiqua Konanki in the Dominican Republic. She was there on spring break with friends yesterday. Her parents in Loudoun County asked investigators to declare their daughter legally dead, saying they believe that she drowned. Investigators say that Ribe told them they went out to the ocean together and were caught by a wave and pulled out to sea. And he says that they managed to bring her back to shore, but then lost sight of her. Loudoun County Sheriff in a statement saying that they're working with Dominican authorities and are continuing to review evidence in the case. And we're continuing to follow this developing story, and we'll bring you the latest on air and online at dcnewsnow.com. Just search Missing Student on the homepage. The U.S. Institute of Peace is asking a court to block the Department of Government Efficiency from dismantling the agency. Earlier this week, the Institute says that DOJ employees broke into the D.C. headquarters in a court filing, calling it a literal trespass and takeover by force. The Institute has asked for a temporary restraining order against DOJ. And in Prince George's County, County Council member Calvin Hawkins calling on Maryland's governor to help fired federal workers keep their homes while dealing with income loss. It gives federal employees dealing with financial hardship more time to consult with mortgage lenders and also find solutions and avoid foreclosure. The bill is urging Governor Wes Moore to impose a residential mortgage foreclosure moratorium.
Roughly 5 years ago, when we deal with the extended furlough of federal employees, we realized how challenging it was for them to keep up with their mortgages. And this is a time when we really need to think about how we approach this and how we help these individuals who have lost their jobs and more than likely is going to lose a lot of other stuff while maintaining their dignity.
The legislation makes it clear that this does not mean they aren't responsible for their loans. We reached out to the governor's office for comment. So far, we've not heard back. Well, popular delivery service is under fire here in the district. D.C.'s Attorney General is suing GoPuff. He claims that the company denies D.C.'s workers minimum wage overtime and paid time off. He says that they're using a loophole to misclassify workers as independent contractors. GoPuff operates in more than 500 cities nationwide. Well, we reached out to the company for comment. In part, GoPuff says they strongly disagree with the D.C.'s Attorney General's allegations and representation of the facts, and will vigorously defend both ourselves and the right to earn as independent contractors. And the district, D.C. is cracking down on dangerous driving, limiting speeding with the help of some new technology. DC News Now's Mariel Carbone has more from Southeast.
When it comes to making roadways safer, the district is trying to change the way people think about speed. It is why nearly a dozen school buses are now equipped with one of these, an intelligent speed assistance device.
Speed is a big factor here in D.C.
For longtime bus driver Miltina Hunter, safety is always a priority when she's behind the wheel.
And it's not safe at all.
And once you turn the vehicle on, it comes on.
So she's grateful to have one of these, an intelligent speed assistance device which prevents her bus from going over the posted speed limit.
If you like on a 25-mile-per-hour street and you're trying to go over it, it's like somebody just took the acceleration away from you.
Hunter drives one of 10 DC School Connect buses testing the software as part of a new pilot program launched in January.
ISA is completely non-intrusive.
The equipment installed by company Lifesaver is placed under the dashboard and relies on GPS and onboard maps to ensure the vehicle complies with roadway speed limits. Drivers can then use this monitor as a reference.
When the driver's pushing the pedal and wants to go faster, this will tell them, hey, you're being kept to 30 miles per hour because you're on a 30-mile-per-hour road.
Since the pilot started, we know there's been no speeding.
For Jonathan Rogers, director of the Department of For-Hire Vehicles, the technology is a preventative measure, one that can save lives.
If there's a collision or a crash, the speed increases the severity of that crash, and that's where your serious injuries and fatalities can come into play.
Taking the possibility of speeding out of the equation.
It's a real good safety system. I believe everyone should use it.
This pilot will last through the end of the school year, and if successful, the district hopes to expand this onto other fleet vehicles. Reporting in Southeast, I'm Marielle Carbone, DC News Now.
All right, thanks to Marielle. After the break, it's that time of the year. The cherry blossoms are starting to bud. We're taking you out to the Tidal Basin as the flowers barrel toward peak bloom. Also ahead, the madness has begun. We're going out to Dayton, Ohio for the NCAA tournament. And stretching your dollar, one energy company's program known that could help you save hundreds of dollars. 411, you're watching DC News Now at 4, covering the news we live all across the DMV. We'll be right back with more news and weather after the break.